Soy Trek.
Riggedy diggity doggity doo, riggedy diggity dong, zaggity diggity boggity boo, riggedy diggity bong.
Love a scat, man.
We love a Bazinga scat. Bazinga is a scat, isn't it?
You could say it in a scat, certainly. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like it would not be out of place. Like Scatman John doing like a zapadopadopo bazinga.
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally. I mean, I wouldn't say it's like purely a scat, but it is most certainly scat adjacent.
Definitely.
You know, I would say like within the realm. Certainly.
Yeah, it's like Skibbity Toilet. You know, Skibbity.
Yeah.
Skibbity is,
bazinga.
Skibbity is so scat.
Yeah.
You know, you got your Skibbity beep, your Skibbity bop, your Skibbity doop, and your Skibbity hop.
And your Skibbity toilet.
And your Skibbity toilet.
Yeah.
What would, I mean, assuming Skibbity toilets are sentient, they're probably pretty mad that people keep on taking a shit in them, huh?
I don't think that that's what happens, but well, at least in their universe. All I know is that the cameramen are the evil ones, and maybe the Skibbity toilet. Well, no, wait. Are the Skibbity toilets evil or are the cameramen evil?
I feel like the Skibbity toilets are evil. I thought.
Right. I think you're right.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, maybe that's what awoken them. That's what awakened them. You know.
Yeah.
The cameramen took shits in the Skibbity toilets, and now they're alive.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ever take a shit in the toilet in Home Depot, but like, you know, just the one on display?
No, I mean, classic Jackass moment, you know? Classic. That's in the first film, is it not?
Oh, I totally forgot they did that. Yeah, okay.
Of course they did that.
That's a very them thing to do.
You think about something that a teenager would do in the early 2000s for attention, and Jackass has probably done it.
Yeah. They're like, I don't know. They managed to do it mostly in a way that was like kind of non-destructive to other people, though, which was nice.
Right.
It was like,
especially as it went along. As it went along, it just became more
they got
destructive
better
towards
to
them.
themselves. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like set up like destructive, ridiculous pranks. And I don't know. And like they did stuff always that I thought was fun and not harmful, like the fucking Chris Pontius party boy thing. You know, a guy getting mostly naked and dancing in public. That's funny. Like, you know, it's not harmful.
Wasn't it Pontius that stuck the like action figure or something up his ass and then went and like got an X-ray?
That sounds right.
It might have been Ryan Dunn. It was one of them.
It could have been. Yeah. Those two would do anything for a buck.
Oh,
and anything for a suck. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
I know what I'm saying.
You're the only one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. We gotta watch Ming Hags again.
Yeah, the scene, man.
Oh, the scene.
No. Yeah. I got a copy of Ming Hags and donated it to Scarecrow, so they have it now.
That's sick.
So it's somewhere forever now, hopefully.
For the unaware, you know, Ming Hags is the sequel to Haggard, a film by Bam Margera. Both films by Bam Margera.
Yeah, directed and I think co-written.
And financed. So he financed the second one for sure. I don't know about the first one, but
I think, the first one I think he spent like $500,000 on or some shit.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Because that movie does not look like it cost anything to make.
Yeah, and the thing is, I don't think they shot it on film or anything either. So like,
no, it's like on camcorders.
No, which is why like you can't get it in like higher than 480p anywhere.
Yeah,
which is why.
Ooh, you should use your upscaling.
Already did on both of them.
Yeah. How's it look?
Pretty good. Yeah,
nice.
There's some like artifacts and things and like
I'm sure
undesirable elements, but like it's I mean it looks better than the 480 version for sure.
Nice. Did you see that YouTube is doing that now? They are auto upscaling some older content.
Interesting. I mean, if anyone has the fucking capacity to do it, it's them, which is great.
Right. So they already started doing it with a lot of like music videos from the early 2000s that were never released in higher resolution. And so like I forget what I was watching the other day. I was watching a music video for a song, something from the early 2000s, but the music video I was like, this looks too sharp, like what is going on here? And so I googled it, and turns out that's what they're doing.
That's pretty cool, actually. You know,
it is interesting. You know
that's a good like media preservation and archiving thing.
You know what is a more interesting thing though, and I like this more because it gives you the option. So YouTube does not give you the option of disabling the upscale. Like it just does it. You can't look at the original version, which I don't like that. Like if they're going to do it, I feel like they should give you the option of toggling back and forth, right? But what is an interesting thing is on, I think it's current generation, like the 4000 series NVIDIA cards, like GPUs, it has a plugin that will auto upscale any content in a web browser. So any video content in a web browser, it'll auto upscale it immediately, and it looks fucking incredible. I watched the videos on it, and it is very impressive.
No fucking way.
Well, I mean, those cards are extremely powerful. Like,
What does one of those set you back? A couple grand?
No, I mean one of the fancy ones. Like the 4090 is the fanciest one. I think that one is like $1,500 or something like that. Okay. Like the 4070 is like around $500 or $600.
Is that outboard or?
What? I mean, it's just a GPU.
Okay.
You just plug it into a PC.
Fair, yeah.
But yeah, like the 4060 is garbage. So you don't want that. But the 4070 I think is around $500, $600, something like that. So it's not terrible. GPU prices. But yeah, really impressive work. It's super cool that it works like that. Very neat.
Yeah.
I'd like to see more stuff like that because that like it gives you the option of disabling it. So it tells you when it does it, lets you turn it off if you want. But that's fucking cool. That's a cool use of tech.
This has been Computer Chronicles 2023.
Hey! There it is.
Have you watched any more Computer Chronicles since we watched it?
I forgot that we watched Computer Chronicles.
Oh, dude, you were so about it. Like, you made us watch like 3 episodes. You were
drunk.
so into it.
I was so wasted.
Oh, yeah? Okay, that makes sense.
Like I told you I went out. That was my birthday night,
right?
Right.
Yeah, I think so.
So let me put some perspective here. So I went out for my birthday. My birthday is December 24th. It's the day before Christmas. I have the same birthday as Lemmy and Ricky Martin.
Jesus Christ.
And
of Latter-day Saints.
His birthday's the next day. You know?
No, Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, the other one, the Mormon one.
Oh yeah, Joseph Smith.
No, Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. He's just a different Jesus that was born in America.
Jesus 2.
Jesus 2. Yeah, hell yeah. 2.0, baby.
Yeah.
Plan
B. I went out for my birthday and I got like really, really drunk. I don't drink that much, so you know I drank a lot that night. I got really drunk, but I also had like some weed edibles, but I also had like a shroom gummy and was like just all sorts of blasted.
Yeah,
and then
a shroom gummy will really do that to you.
And then I was like, "Hey, Britt, I'm headed home." And Britt was like, "Cool, let's watch some shit on the PlayStation." I was like, "All right," hopped on there, and this is okay. The next morning, I forgot about talking to you on the PlayStation.
We hung out for like 2-3 hours, brother.
I know. I know. Well, I mean, I remembered it, obviously, but I was like, in the morning, I was like, oh, yeah, I remember getting home from the bar. What did I do last night? I was like,
and Scott hung out with us, too.
Correct.
Yeah, you like hit him up and had him hang out with us.
Correct.
Yeah.
This is a whole thing. Yeah. A lot of fun is what I'm saying. But yeah, Computer Chronicles is the best show I've ever seen in my life, and I do remember watching it now. But if you had asked me ahead of that, what did we watch when we hung out on the PlayStation on your birthday? I would have said, I have no idea.
Yeah, it was definitely Computer Chronicles, brother. I feel like we watched something else too, but it was definitely Computer Chronicles.
Dude, Yeah, we watched Blade the series.
We fucking did. Dude, Blade the series was...
Dude, it was so boring. I was like, I can't watch. I just remember I remember that very clearly, being like, I can't watch this. It's too boring. Like, we need something else here.
Yeah, it was...
But then Computer Chronicles really enraptured me. I was like, this is the coolest show I've ever seen.
Hell yeah, dude. Oh, and we also watched some Chris Angel Mind Freak.
We did?
We did. We watched an episode of that where he floated between two buildings. Do you not remember that
right.
at all?
Yeah. Okay, sorry. I do remember that. That was great. That was great. Yeah.
That was pretty
love
cool.
To see
We do love to see it. It mystifies the imagination.
Oh, yeah.
Entices the mind to see magic on that level.
Christopher Angel.
We got mind freaked. Our minds were respectively freaked, I believe.
Yeah.
Was your mind freaked?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, definitely. Yeah. So
today we're going to be talking about some more Big Bang Theory. We watched some more Big Bang Theory because
why did we do this to ourselves?
Because you said it as a joke, and I take jokes seriously. And if someone
might say too seriously.
If someone has a funny idea, I'm like, hey, listen, let's actually organize this and see this funny idea through.
Correct.
And this is still a funny idea, and I'm enjoying being mystified by this show.
Yeah, it's something. And okay, which was the episode that we watched today? It was season 6.
Season 6, episode 13. We watched the Bakersfield Expedition.
Okay.
Of the Big Bang Theory. The
previous episode that we watched was the Lizard Spock expansion.
Correct. From season 2, episode 8.
Expedition. We got a lot of EX words.
Right. This one was directed, first off, released on January 10th, 2013. What were you doing around then?
2013? Suffering, honestly. Yeah. No, I was working minimum wage jobs and barely struggling to get by.
I was looking for work. This is right before I started working at Whole Foods, a month before.
Oh, right.
This is I probably had a fucking interview, my first interview for the job around this day.
Did you say January or July?
Yeah, January 2013.
Oh, this was right after that birthday that I had. That you came over and gave me a weed gummy or a weed something. It was it was a lollipop. It was a weed lollipop.
Cool.
And you're here, have this. And I was like, oh, cool. And I was drinking alcohol at the same time. And that was when I didn't ever drink or get high for a while. And so I was like, oh, it's my birthday. I can go hard. And then halfway through eating the lollipop, you're like, it's actually kind of strong. You might want to cool it on the lollipop. And I was like, wait, really? I've already eaten most of this. So I finished it.
Oh, you feel okay.
And that was the night that
if I say cool it on weed, that's something, brother. That's a statement that you should
But you didn't
heed.
tell me ahead of time, is what I'm saying. You told me, well into it.
Okay.
And so I was like, well, fuck it.
After you were, boofing it. And I'm like, he's already got it up the old keister, so.
I had it right up in the root chakra, baby.
Hell yeah, baby. You gotta ruin that root chakra with a weed lollipop.
Exactly. But that was a night that I literally blacked out on the toilet. And my girlfriend at the time, literally, because I locked the bathroom door, and I was passed out on the toilet for 4 or 5 hours. And she thought I died, so she broke the door down to get in there.
I love that. I love that for you. That's so good.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
You died.
Yeah.
That'd be man. I'd be real sad for stuff if you died, but if it was like that.
Yeah, on the toilet? That's so funny.
If it was like that, it'd be funny at least.
Yeah. That'd be pretty good.
Yeah. At least we could all make some jokes, and there'd be
I would expect you to.
Some light at the end of that tunnel. I guess, so to speak. So anyway, the Bakersfield Expedition from season 6, episode 13 of The Big Bang Theory was released January 10th, 2013. an interesting time in our lives. 10 years ago.
I was still in trouble for the toilet situation.
Almost 11 years ago now.
Yeah.
This one was directed by Mark Sendrowski, who is directed again. Who directed the last episode we watched. Its stories is by Chuck Lorre, the series creator, and also Jim Reynolds and Steve Holland. Teleplays by Stephen Malaro, Eric Kaplan, and Maria Ferreri. So there's at least 6 hands in the script right here already.
At least.
Probably a writer's room behind it too.
Definitely.
All right, let's dive right into this bad boy.
Let's dive right into this root chakra.
Oh yeah.
Get that root chakra, motherfucker.
Oh, okay. We open on Leonard asking if Sheldon would steam his Star Trek uniform next, because Sheldon's steaming his uniform.
He's steaming a Star Trek uniform.
Yes,
A gold uniform.
Right.
Next generation uniform.
Leonard's like, Sheldon, that won't get the cum stains out. And he's like, I think it will.
He's like, trust me, I have experience.
But Sheldon excoriates him for not going in halvesies on the clothing steamer. Penny comes in, and I actually just got a clothing steamer for Christmas.
Nice.
That's the kind
cool.
of person I am. A handheld one.
It sounds very you.
Yeah, it's very useful.
Yeah.
Penny comes in, and Leonard has a bunch of good makeup that she wants to borrow, but they're dating again, apparently. They used to be dating.
Yeah, apparently.
And he says that even he won't share his con makeup with his girlfriend, which is so gay.
He has a lot of makeup.
He does so much makeup. It's pretty gay. And the thing is, he doesn't really need the makeup because he's going as like just a guy with a bald cap on.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, I guess he needs the makeup to cover up the seam of the bald cap.
And I guess if he's sharing it with his buddies, but it's like he won't share it with his girlfriend, but he'll share it with his dudes. That's pretty gay.
That's pretty gay.
That's pretty
if you're not going to
fucking
share
gay.
your makeup with your lady, that's suspect.
If you share something with the boys that you can't share with your lady, you're gay.
Yeah, better be gooning.
Yeah, better be gooning in the car together. Call that a full house, baby.
Oh yeah.
5 in the seats.
Oh yeah.
5 dicks out.
Just rolling down the street.
Full moon goon, brother.
They see me rolling. They cranking.
Oh, true. They do be cranking.
Yeah.
They do be cranking. You're not wrong.
Yeah, they do be. Okay, and then there's also a sequence here where Leonard like takes a picture, like a selfie with his girlfriend holding up the paper, and she's like, "Why is this?" And he's like, "Oh, so I can show this to anybody who doesn't believe me."
Yeah, that he has a girlfriend, which is like...
it's such a tired joke, dude.
It's pretty... Yeah, and it was like done in such a ham-fisted ham way. It was a triple ham sandwich, baby.
You know, I commented this to you while we watched it, but like, I gotta say, this episode is written from the perspective of someone who has to be so old.
Yeah.
Like, it comes across as though the only thing the writers knew about people who are into like dorky stuff is like Revenge of the Nerds, or I guess maybe Police Academy.
Yeah,
like
they might have seen Trekkies, the documentary. Like,
yeah. It's rough. It's like these characters are treated like social outcasts when, like, as you said when we watched it, like in 2013, like the Avengers had already come out and become the biggest movie ever made. Like, dude, come on. Like, what are we
comic book
doing
nerds
here?
have been, yeah, exactly. Like, maybe at the inception of the series, like back in like the mid 2000s, like nerd culture was still on the rise.
Yeah,
but like,
I wouldn't even say it was like that on the outskirts, but yeah, on the rise.
But fucking like by 2013, like Bacon is epic.
Bacon is epic. Narwhals, Reddit, Tumblr, you know. It's the Avengers. Yeah, I mean, come on. Yeah.
Bacon's epic, brother.
Bacon is epic. And, yeah, it's weird. It reads weird. It reads very, like, off base. I mean, it reads off base at the time. Like, not, and it's, like, even more so now. But, like, at the time, it's like, dude, really? Like, I don't know. We live in a world where people like your brother read comic books. Like, You know,
right? He reads graphic novels and shit, and like,
right?
Yeah.
And he's like the most like not
he's a
like
professor.
these characters, you know, that you could possibly.
But
imagine.
he is a professor like these characters.
Yeah.
These characters are all like research professors and shit, or like doctors working at. They all work at a university together.
That's what they call it, huh?
Yeah, bathhouse, bathhouse university.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
DS University, Dick Sucking University, baby.
Tight.
DSU.
Yeah.
DSU. DSU pride. I also noticed they have a sword on their wall, like a Game of Thrones sword, and it says "Winter is coming."
Does it really?
It does.
Wow, Game of Thrones was.
Yeah. Game of Thrones was in full swing. I mean, Game of Thrones ended in what, like 2017 or 2018?
2010 is when it started.
Yeah, but it ended in like what?
I think 2018. Yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Anyone who has that sword, cool.
Agreed.
Opening credits, minute and 30 seconds. That was it. That's the opening credits. It's that song by Bare Naked Ladies.
Mm-hmm.
We built the pyramids. That's what they say in that song at some point.
We built those pyramids on rock and roll.
That's true. We built these pyramids on rock and roll.
Dude, We Built This City rules. That song slaps so hard. Like, anybody who hates We Built This City sucks.
It's a sick keyboard riff. It's a great melody. And it's like a good vocal melody too. I don't know. There's problems with the song. And it gets in my head. It's an earworm and it's kind of annoying because...
Agreed.
Yeah, but you know.
Also, we do need to say, like, a city built on top of rock and roll as a foundation is not going to be a lasting city.
No, you definitely want to use at least like deep house or trance. You know, at least something
death
with a
metal,
solid,
maybe. You know,
something with a more solid base foundation in general.
Yeah, like a Crowbar. Fans that sound like them. That's the solid base I can think of.
I mean, Crowbar might as well be rebar. Like, it's great for reinforcement. Yeah. Yeah.
Very strong.
If you built a house, what building material would you use? Like, what band would you use as building material?
If I had to build a house out of a band?
Yeah.
Oh, good question. Jefferson Starship, so I could go to the stars, baby.
Well, that'd have to be a whole city, baby.
Yeah.
It's a city on rock and roll. They'd build a whole city. Do you want a whole city to have to deal with?
No.
Yeah, Mayor Spenser.
No.
Oh, by the way, my name's Britton, and this is Spenser.
Yeah, I'm chief engineer, Spenser.
Yeah, this podcast is Soy Trick. I don't know if we said that.
We're losing the thread on reality, having watched 2 episodes of
we still have one more to go, brother. We still have like an hour plus to go. Yeah.
It's gonna be rough. Like, this one was rough.
Yeah, we'll try to get through it as quickly as possible. So, yep. Do you got something to say, or do you want to not?
I was just gonna say the one thing. I was gonna say something nice before I get into the negative, and I was gonna say that one thing that I did enjoy about this episode, one thing I liked, is I liked their Star Trek costumes. I thought they were all
they were actually pretty good. I actually put that in my notes.
Yeah, they're like accurate.
Yeah,
like enough,
it's funny because they do have like inaccurate pants because they have like buttons on the back, but that's something you would definitely see because it's hard to find dress pants without buttons on the back.
And that's so what I'm saying. Like, it's accurate enough, and it's like accurate in a realistic way.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
These didn't. You know, one thing that I really don't like is when like sitcoms do like the very sitcom-y thing of like, oh, a character's going to like a costume party, and their costume's like crazy and like very clearly like put together for a TV show and not like a real person costume.
Sure.
This didn't feel like that.
No, this felt about right. Yeah.
Throwing them a positive.
Yeah. So Penny is having brunch with Sheldon's girlfriend Amy and Howard's girlfriend Bernadette. And I already broke the Bechdel test, but this whole show breaks the Bechdel test because it immediately goes to them talking about their love interest going to a convention and how it's immature. Bernadette makes a pretty good joke about how when her boyfriend dresses in Batman pajamas, it makes her feel like a pedophile.
Yeah, that one was pretty good.
Penny admits to being a bully to comic book nerds when she was younger. Bernadette thinks they should all go try to read comic books to try to get a better understanding of their boyfriends. That's sweet, I guess.
I guess, but this show's been on for 6 seasons.
I know, they should be doing what girls actually do in their free time and having lesbian sex.
Right, and, like drinking and...
Having lesbian sex.
Having lesbian sex and, Finger Bang City,
Finger Bang City, baby.
Yeah.
Yep.
We've built Finger Bang City on rock and roll.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So, we go to the car with the boys, and Sheldon wants Leonard to turn on the GPS volume, and Sheldon uploaded recordings of himself to Leonard's GPS. Leonard doesn't think this is cool, especially Sheldon's interesting facts on the GPS. One of them mentions they're near a Star Trek shooting location. Howard suggests they go take a photo shoot together, and everyone agrees. Sheldon knows how to get there and plugs it into the GPS, who then gives them another fact about highways.
Yep.
Over at the comic book shop, the women enter and talk to Stuart, the owner and proprietor of the shop, and they ask for recommendations, but all the dudes there be creeping.
Dude, this is another scene that is like so rough. It's like it's so unrealistic.
Yeah, like the dudes in a comic book shop are like so much nicer than like other people in general. Like comic book people are generally like really upbeat. And
generally speaking, like even in 2013, like going to a comic book store, you'd see a like fairly diverse crowd of people there. Like it's not
lots of women like comic books and always have
like a lot. Yeah. Because there's a lot. Because the world of comics is actually very, very diverse. Like as a medium, like there's a lot of different types of stuff,
and not just types of stuff, types of creators too. Like
correct,
lots of women like doing illustration and stories and doing fucking comic books from the ground up by themselves.
Correct.
Absolutely, it's not just a completely male-dominated industry like it used to be between a couple companies and a couple guys. You know?
I would say like for quite a long time now, it's been a pretty diverse thing, or diverse enough. I mean, more diverse than than the show is portraying it as.
Right,
is what I mean. I'm not saying I'm not saying the world of comic books does not have problems.
Oh no, it has so many problems.
So many. Yeah, but this just reads so bad. It's like this person is like 10,000 years old and like has no idea what anything is like.
So Stuart asks what kind of stuff the women would be interested in, and they settle on superheroes. Stuart suggests some comics that don't objectify women, but Penny wants Thor because he's hot.
A note here, he does recommend Fables, which is actually a really good recommendation.
Okay, I haven't read
it. That. It's a great series.
Okay, nice.
Would recommend. Also, the video game that they made that's like a prequel to Fables. It's called The Wolf Among Us.
Okay,
it's an incredible game.
Oh, okay.
Narrative game by Telltale.
All right,
super sick.
Telltale makes a good game.
But Fables is also super sick.
Hell yeah, we love to see it. Good to know. Thank you.
Yeah.
We're back in the desert, and Sheldon is dressed as Data, as he calls him Mr. Data.
Yeah.
Which is okay, because I guess that's what Captain Picard called him, but pretty much
yeah, I thought about that too. I did notice that.
I'm like, I don't think many people called him. Maybe like Picard called him Mr. Data. Like, but on the whole, most people just called him Data. Yeah. But Raj is Worf, and Howard is a Borg, and Leonard is Picard. They take some pictures, and Sheldon is... And every time they reveal each one of them, there's like a big laugh, as though like it's funny that they're dressed up as these characters. I'm like, they were going to a fucking comic book convention. We already saw their uniforms at the beginning of the episode. How big of a surprise is it? Like
the whole aesthetic of this show is like, can you believe these dorks?
Yeah, right.
And it's like none of the things that they're doing are like things that would make me laugh at a dork.
And that's
like,
the thing that I feel like a lot of the viewing audience too, like, are these dorks, and they're feeling like, oh, I'm laughing with them. I'm like, I don't think the people who like make the show like actually understand you, but all right.
Like at all. Like it doesn't read like that at all. Like I do definitely believe they have fucking dorks on the writing staff. I mean, clearly.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
It just doesn't read. I don't know. Yeah,
No.
it doesn't feel right. So
It doesn't play.
they take some pictures, and Sheldon is like in a thinking pose in all of them because, according to him, Data's weapon is his mind, which is like, I don't know, Data's like really strong too.
And
Data's weapon
he's
is
also
kind of
really
his body.
fast.
Yeah, like it's shown he can do like physical like feats of strength, and he like can open doors with his bare hands that no one else can, and fucking move boulders and shit like that.
He can imitate people's voices, and he can recite numbers very quickly.
He can fuck.
He can fuck,
but not good enough to like get a call
Unlike
back.
our characters in this show,
No.
he can fuck.
Yeah, very true. Yeah, I feel like rank of the top 4 guys we got. We got Raj, we got Sheldon, we got Leonard, and we got Howard. Rank them on who do you think fucks the most and the least.
Number 1, Leonard. Like, we're talking about like the show's
in canon,
mythology.
like in canon. Yeah.
Oh, Leonard for sure.
Yeah.
Leonard, Sheldon,
sure.
Raj, and Howard.
Howard's last. Yeah, I think you might be right. I don't know. He's
insufferable. Like,
but
I genuinely
he's
don't
with
like him.
Bernadette, the tiny blonde lady,
who's maybe really who's attractive.
Oh yeah,
no,
she's banging.
Like,
she banging. She be looking good.
She bang. Man, one of my biggest dream is to one day be as hung as William.
William hung?
Yes.
Hell yeah, baby. I mean, his whole body's hung. Every inch.
But like, yeah, I just don't buy it. Like, that dude's just too annoying.
Yeah.
Like, he has a girlfriend, sure, but I bet like anytime they start making out, he just like jizzes in his pants. Like, he can't even like hold it together.
But what if he like does a lot of Kegels and he has a really low refractory period and he can just keep going and keep jizzing and keep getting hard and keep jizzing.
Yeah.
Keep getting hard, keep jizzing.
I mean,
keep
yeah,
getting
possibly.
Hard, keep
I mean,
jizzing.
Here's my guess.
Jizzing.
My guess
what?
is that
keep getting hard, keep jizzing. What? 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 Keep getting hard, keep jizzing. What?
Yeah. My theory is that he does just come in his pants every time they do anything, but his girlfriend is probably like asexual or something, so it like works out for both of them.
That works. People all have their own things, and I don't judge.
Yeah, I'm not hating on that.
I mean, it depends.
They have a situation that
if
works.
they want me to judge, like if they're like into a cuck thing and they want me to bowl, and they're like, yeah, degrade my husband while you do it. I'm like, yeah, it's cool. Hey, you big dummy! Look at me copulating with your wife, you big cottonhead.
If I was in that situation, I'd be like, well, what is he into? Like, what are and then she'd be like, oh, he's really into Lego, and I'd be like,
I like Duplo, you dumb idiot.
I'd be like, you call this brick craft? I'll show you brick craft.
I'm gonna give your wife the dick craft. Boom, boom,
back shots.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. It would just be cool to like, insult him highly specifically. Be like, oh, you're a web developer? Oh, I use Comic Sans for everything, bitch. HTML5? Only you losers use that.
That's if this show is TV 14.
Is it not? Is it TV PG?
I think so. It's gotta be.
I mean, I guess so. Yeah, it's not like
it doesn't really have adult themes. It's not like about.
It doesn't really have much content at all. Really,
no.
Like it's kind of empty.
Mm-hmm. It's like watching a weird like mirror reflection of the culture through like privileged people who don't have to worry about anything.
Mm-hmm.
And like, yeah. And it's weird because these are like all like fucking like research professors like around LA and they're like all like rooming together in an apartment.
Does the show canonically take place in Los Angeles? Oh yeah, I guess it does.
Yeah,
they drove
right
to
around
Bakersfield.
Yeah, because they all teach together at Caltech, which I think is in LA. Yeah, where's Caltech?
Well, I mean, honestly, this does kind of track though, because like, I mean, I can't imagine that they pay the professors very much money, and it is Los Angeles.
Caltech is in Pasadena, apparently. So close.
Okay.
Close to.
Yeah.
Close-ish.
Yeah.
Close-ish.
Well, I mean, they're clearly spending all their money on makeup and weird mods to the GPS and you know.
Yes, you
that
do.
kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What?
I thought about modding your GPS at one point. I like looked into it because I thought it would be so funny to like replace the voice lines on your GPS. This was in like 2010. It was before this episode was made, so they stole it from me. Is what I'm saying.
Oh, I see. You should fucking hack my butt plug.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, here's what I want to do. I want to hack a butt plug and like connect a MIDI controller to it,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
just play Axel F.
Oh,
over and
yeah.
over again.
Yeah, that's good stuff. That's good shit. Love that song.
Yeah, it's great. It's a banger. I mean, Harold Faltermeyer, can't beat him.
You can. I did because he owed me money.
Money for what?
Nothing in the chicks for free.
Hey,
I got them, everybody.
Them. Hashtag got they them.
So anyway, back to the episode. Everyone's taking pictures. All the boys. The boys are together as Star Trek
Boys
characters. Boys are out. It's boys' night. It's boys' day.
Taking all the Star Trek pictures. The laugh track would have you believe they're very funny.
And then they get their car stolen.
Correct. But they're like right next to the car. Like,
right.
It's okay. Whatever.
Yeah.
Car stolen.
Now they're waiting by the side of the road, trying to assign blame when some cars keep passing them. The costumes, I actually wrote here that the costumes are all looking pretty good, except for the Worf costume, where the House of Moog insignia should be on Worf's sash, is like a circle and a square, which I'm like, that ain't right. That ain't right, ma'am.
Hey, still believable though.
Yeah, still all right. Yeah, it's like it's probably, I don't know. You could probably find like one of those things on like Etsy for like $100.
Probably.
And like
there are people out there making them.
Yeah, with how much, how like these people's lives are situated, I think they could
can afford it.
I think they could afford to just go the extra length on the show and at least get him a House of Moog fucking 100%. Sash, brother. And it's weird that he went for Worf in Next Gen.
Yeah, because
right?
Yeah.
It's like the underpowered Worf who like gets beat up by a barrel and a bunch of people.
He does.
Because he's not great until DS9. Yeah. In DS9 he kicks a bunch of ass, takes a bunch of names.
Yeah, he does become like a
bunch.
A much better character in DS9. Like I like Worf, but like when I went to rewatch TNG for the first time since I was a kid, right? And this was in my early 20s. I was very much looking forward to seeing shit about like Data and Worf and Geordi and the whole crew, really. But I was excited about Worf because I remember liking Worf a lot when I was a kid.
Sure.
And rewatching TNG for the first time in a long time, like I was like, these Worf episodes are not always great.
Especially the ones with Alexander and Keller.
Oh yeah.
Like the ones about his relationship and stuff are like, whoa. And then like he gets killed, almost killed by a barrel, and like wants to commit suicide and shit, and it's all.
Doesn't he ask Riker to kill him?
He does.
Yeah,
he does.
I remember that. Yeah.
Which I mean, that shows what a fucking homie Riker is. Like,
yeah, totally.
Like if you're asking someone like that in like a desperate situation, like, hey, I'm so miserable, please end my life, like. You're asking them because they're like one of your deepest homies, and you know that they like live to help people. But it says a lot about Riker's character for sure.
It does. It says a lot about his character that Worf sees him that way.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
And that's cool. And like, I was making the point I was trying to make was that the Worf episodes are not great all through, but in talking about that one episode, that reminds me, like, oh my God, I miss plot lines like that on shows. Like, this is like not a thing anymore, like, at all. Like, no shows are about, like, slow, meticulous, like, philosophical debates and, like, oh shit, what would you do if you were put in this situation? This is so heavy, like, my friend wants to die.
Well, I mean, let me pose a difficult situation to you. What if you were going to a convention and you stopped to take pictures by the side of the road and your car got stolen?
Yes. Well, in that case, I would get a Slurpee thrown at my chest, and then I would walk to a diner where everyone was mean to me.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, back with the ladies, they decide the comics are stupid, but then get caught up in arguing about Thor's hammer and its magical properties.
Right. So this is a legitimate thing. Like, their info was correct when they were talking about this comic book debate, which is who has the power to lift Thor's hammer. Which, again, this is another very tired joke. This is like the sort of like comic nerd debate that you would see in like the 90s.
Right.
Like, nobody really cares that much anymore about things like that.
I don't know. I think a lot of people do care about those things.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
There's a lot of pedantic people who, like, I don't know. I think we're I don't know. I dismiss a lot of like cultures I don't believe exist, but they're like massive.
Yeah,
you know,
same.
like fucking
like
you
esports. Like, who cares about that?
Esports, fucking future-based music. Like, that's not a thing. It's a huge thing. It's bigger than my favorite genres of music. Way bigger.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
You know,
100%. Yeah. I mean, we dismissed the fans of the Big Bang Theory, but apparently there are many.
Oh, there are so many. I mean, I think this episode got like 20 million viewers. 20 million viewers on its premiere.
Yeah.
It's wild.
That's crazy. Yeah, it show does gangbusters, you know? But yeah, so their info is correct. They're talking about, like, so Thor's hammer, you know, you have to be, like, pure of heart and intention or whatever to, like, wield Thor's hammer.
Yeah.
And then they get into a debate as to whether or not the hammer itself is choosing who gets to wield it, which, the hammer is not choosing who gets to wield it. It's whoever is, you know, has the qualities that allow them to wield the hammer.
Yeah, it's like King Arthur's sword. It's like
exactly what it's like.
It doesn't belong to a certain person. Just a very few select people are like good enough and have the qualifications to be able to get it.
Correct.
To be able to get that thing. And by that thing, I mean Thor's hammer.
Yeah.
Hey, girl, can I get that thing? You know, Thor's hammer, girl.
Speaking of hammers, there's a sex toy that's shaped like a hammer, just like a regular ass, like claw hammer.
Regular
like
ass
a silicone
hammer.
Vibrating.
That's
dildo.
what I'm going to make it, is my regular ass hammer.
Yeah. And then whoever can pull this hammer from my ass gets to host the podcast.
Homie, that's a pretty good idea. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, that's like the highest Patreon tier.
Yeah.
Like $420 a month. It's like you get to pull a hammer out
from
of my ass.
Yeah. You know, if you pay that every month, fucking, I'll say like once every 3 months, you're able to do that.
Yeah,
I think my price to pull a hammer out of my ass is about $1,200.
All right, yeah, that seems about right.
$1,300.
You can do a decent amount with $1,300.
Yeah, you know, I could repair my asshole.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. That might be more expensive. It depends on if insurance will cover it or not. We need to get somebody on the phone here. We need to figure out like insurance.
Yeah,
like. Does insurance cover like asshole damage?
I put it under preventative care, so I just wait until I go to my fucking for my regular checkup, and I'm like, by the way, my asshole's all fucked up. Someone pulled a hammer out of it.
Can you like do something about it? Can you just like stitch it back up or something?
Going on back there. I don't know, but it's
like a loose sack of onions back there. I can't keep anything. in there.
It's like stuff keeps on flaking out like old onions, Just like
Like
onion
an entire
skin.
onion just fell out on my way over here.
I think that was my prostate.
Yeah. I'd be interested to know.
Well,
But anyways, yeah, they're debating comic book things, and that's the joke.
yeah,
That it's women.
That's pretty good. So,
It's like now the perspective is just like,
but then
women.
also Bernadette and Amy start like kind of dismissing Penny because they think Penny's dumb and like a slow reader. So they decide to go back and read the comic book, but then they're like, "Oh, we're gonna make some tea," and Penny's like, "What? Why?" And then they're like, "Oh, we're gonna let you, get a head start." Pretty dismissive, pretty bitchy.
Very much. Yeah.
Women be like that.
Uh-oh.
They don't be like that. This is poor writing. So back in the desert, the men are still walking and they're dragging their feet. But Sheldon gives a stirring speech about how they're Starfleet officers when suddenly somebody drives by them and throws a Slurpee at him.
He gets beamed with that.
Oh,
Slurpee.
he got and they're like, nerds. That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah. I want to live in a world where people do those things to nerds.
So you want to live in the 1980s?
Is it wrong that I want gatekeeping to exist? Like, is that
Spenser,
wrong?
Does it not occur to you that perhaps walking somewhere wearing what you wear of your own volition, someone might think you are the nerd?
Yeah, that's fine.
You're fine with getting Slurpees thrown at your four-sided long sleeves?
I don't want the Slurpee, but if it means more Slurpees for everyone, then it's for the greater good.
So you're all about Slurpee proliferation. It's like your whole fucking platform.
I'm running on a populist pro Slurpee platform.
Oh, I see that. Okay. So
anti-nerds, pro Slurpee.
So Sheldon, now covered in Slurpee, says he hates this planet, and they continue onward.
Amen, brother.
Back with the women, they're still arguing about Thor's hammer. Women be like that.
Yeah, they do.
Women be like that.
I like that one a lot.
The men, still in the desert and disheveled, and still in costume, wander into a diner and ask for water and to use the phone because their car got stolen. Sheldon has some words back and forth with the waitress who asks why they don't have Scotty beam him back up, and he's like, well, we're from the next generation, so the joke's on you. And once again, I feel like every episode has a really authentic autistic moment in it, and this is it.
Yeah, but I mean, I think anybody who is dressed in next gen garb, if somebody was like, "Oh, Scotty gonna beam me up," they'd be like, "We're next gen. Like, what are you talking about?" It would be Miles O'Brien that beamed us up, maybe.
Yeah.
Come on, get
true.
it together.
Yeah. So back with
show some respect.
Yeah, show some respect to fucking Miles O'Brien, goddamn. He's a fucking union man, you know him.
He's a goddamn hero.
He's a goddamn hero. Setlick 3, goddammit!
Hell yeah.
So, back with the women, they're still arguing about Thor's hammer and decide to go read more comic books again. More women reading comic books. We do love that. So, go back to the diner, and the guys are talking to a cop who's taking a statement, and they catalog everything that was in the car. They try to convince the cop that the comic convention is cool, and asks them if they have anyone to call, like their moms, which was okay.
The cop is, again...
The cop's a dickhead who acts like someone who doesn't exist.
Also, everybody in the diner, I wasn't joking. They were, hella mean to these guys. Super mean for, no reason.
It was mean biker and their girlfriend day at the fucking diner. If you're a mean biker or your girlfriend, you get 2-for-1 meals. Your girlfriend can eat free. As long as you don't wreck the bathroom like last time.
It would be more like, yo, bitch eats free.
Whoa. Whoa.
That's what they would say. I wouldn't say that.
Like that. Yo bitch is free! On Tuesdays only.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So they Leonard says that they have it covered, but Howard's mom has already arranged for them to get a rental car, so someone's mom did take care of it. Raj still wants to go to the convention, but everybody else is just fucking over it. Sheldon makes a sad speech about wanting to go home, and they agree to leave, which was an okay moment in the episode, I thought. I thought this was okay writing.
It was okay.
It was okay. It was fine. So back with the women. They're reading comic books and eating Chinese food, just like women do.
They do that.
That's all women do, besides lesbian sex.
Yeah.
When our backs are turned, one of those three things. Chinese food, comic books, cunnilingus.
Yep.
The 3 C's. CCC. And then what's the
those
P?
Those are the 3 C's?
CCCP. Yeah. Chinese food, comic books, cunnilingus. And then P, pussy. So Penny, also P, asks a very good question about going into a bar and picking up a guy who picked up a girl, and if that means she picked up the girl if they all go home together, which I'd say yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
correct.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were party to that.
Yeah. A party of 3. Not a party of 5. Like the show.
That's too many.
No, 5 is great for group sex. It depends. I mean, it depends on the vibe.
You gotta have like a good distribution of parts, you know?
Not necessarily. Right? Everyone has part. I mean, you have to have a good distribution of like queerness. Like the the thing I found out in my life is like the queerer an orgy is, like the better it is, because like everyone can fuck everyone and no one cares, and it's pretty radical, baby. That's just pretty radical, baby.
That queer orgy is radical, baby.
So
I did a quick little search here, and I managed to find something here on Amazon from the Fatness store. That's the name of the brand. I no comment.
Sure.
And it is titled Hammer G-Spot Clit Vibrator Adult Sex Toys for Woman Pulsating Anal Dildo Vibrators Waterproof Nipple Vagina Prostate Massagers Rechargeable Clit Stimulation for Couples.
Yeah. That's my favorite rap song now. Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
And it's a vibrating hammer that the top vibrates and the bottom vibrates, like the shaft and the head. And I just wanted to read this first paragraph of the description. It says, features and details. You can experience mind-blowing sex tool.
Mind-blowing sex tool.
Sex tool is in all caps. Everything else is not. Lose yourself in role play. The hammer vibrator targets all the body's each zones, whether it be hard or soft play in the bedroom. Pretty good.
Sounds pretty cool.
That's what you get with a hammer vibrator. Oh, it also says 8 seconds to Big O.
8 seconds to Big O. What do you think that O is? Orlando? Or
Orlando Jones.
The right stuff.
Yeah, this is the right stuff.
This is the right stuff. The movie about the astronauts.
Yeah, exactly. That one.
Which is what the New Kids on the Block song is about.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Obviously. So the men arrive back home and hear the women inside the apartment arguing about Thor. They wonder how this could be. How could this be?
Women in my comic books?
No, not again. So Howard wonders if Thor's hammer is a new color of nail polish. But now, it's that dildo.
Yeah, it is. Thor's hammer should be a color of nail polish, though.
Yeah, it does sound pretty cool. Yeah. So Sheldon thinks they crossed into an alternate dimension in the desert. Raj says, that sounds like a job for a landing party. The captain, Leonard, says they should investigate, and then they go into the apartment together. Presumably, to have group sex.
Mm-hmm. Well, there is 6 of them, so, yeah.
There's 7 of them.
7.
7? How? Oh yeah, you're right. Sorry.
4
yeah,
guys,
there's definitely 7 of
3
them.
girls. But
Yeah.
you absolutely know Leonard's swinging both ways.
Yeah, and you absolutely know that Howard is just like in the cuck chair.
Oh, he is. He's just sitting in the cuck chair,
That dude,
stroking
like,
his dingle.
He lives in the cuck chair.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
that's his whole life.
Oh, he fucking
Really?
yeah. He
Yeah.
brings the cuck chair with him. His cuck chair is like one of those the bead things that like cab drivers have.
No. You know what his cuck chair is? It's one of those things where like they have like the rods on the underside of your pants, so you can just like sit down with your pants.
Oh,
That's his cuck chair. So he's always ready to go. Always ready to be cucked.
Always.
Anytime, any day,
Oh,
anywhere.
I brought my cuck chair with me. Oh, you want to fuck my wife? Well, let's find a public restroom. I brought my cuck chair with me.
Just make sure to tell me how much you like it and how terrible I am.
Oh, yes, I love the degradation. Tell me I have a small penis.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so in Leonard's car somewhere, the thieves are listening to Sheldon's Carfax and they're enjoying them. So at least someone's enjoying them. The end of the episode. That's it. That's all the end of the.
That's not it.
Oh, it's not
That's
it.
not
Guess what?
it.
Guess what? Like the end of the last episode, they put a little letter in the end of this one. Are you ready for this?
Yeah,
Are you ready
I'm
for this?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Chuck Lorre Productions, number 404. I saw a woman the other day. She was very pretty, sparkly. We exchanged several awkward glances until I finally screwed up the courage to walk up to her. I fumblingly introduced myself and asked if we'd met before.
She stared at me for... Oh, sorry.
She stared at me for a few seconds, her head tilting to the side like a confused labradoodle, then said,
I think so. We used to date.
My eyes widened. My jaw dropped.
Oh my God, she said. I can't believe you don't remember.
I shrugged and said, I'm sorry, I honestly don't. She went on to inform me that this all happened many years ago, back when we were in college. Apparently, I was the worst boyfriend she ever had, and our time together was by far the worst year of her life. I silently took this in.
Well, she said, what do you have to say for yourself?
I slowly shook my head and said, no, I think you have me confused for someone else. I then walked away very quickly, so she wouldn't hear me giggling.
Do you have any guesses as to what this means?
No.
I read this at the end of the episode and truly
Truly confused.
I have no idea what this means.
404, context not found.
Correct. Maybe we would have to watch the entire chronology and read all of these like end of episode notes in order to understand this one.
I don't want to.
Me either.
Let's not do that and say we didn't.
Ooh, let's rate the episode. I have a rating.
Yeah, what do you got? What did you think?
0 bazingas out of 5.
Yeah, there was no bazingas in this
There's
episode.
not a single bazinga in this episode.
They don't fucking bazinga once.
Still haven't heard the guy say bazinga. Like 0 stars out of 5.
You know he says bazinga. What if it's a fucking Nelson Mandela effect and he like has never said bazinga?
Whoa!
Sorry, I don't have effects for you.
Yeah, I tried to make my own effect by like moving my
Yeah, it was a good attempt.
head.
Good job.
It probably looked more effect than it sounded.
Yeah, this is a podcast. You can't see us.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I know he says it. I want to see it. I want to hear it.
Well, maybe the next episode we'll finally get it.
Okay, episode predictions. Next episode.
Sure.
I predict that everyone in the world is going to be like, get a load of these nerds.
yeah.
That's
probably.
my
It'd
prediction.
It'd be pretty funny if they did that.
Yep.
It'd be a
Sure
pretty
would be
funny
funny
joke.
if people were. There's also going to be like some kind of joke that's like women in my comic books. Ooh. There's going to be another
Yeah.
joke like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Those are my predictions.
Jizz in my sock. Yummy.
Hello, sock. It's jizz again.
I was gonna do that. Yeah, well done. I hate
Great
it.
minds.
No, not worst
Minds.
minds. Worst
Just minds.
minds.
Okay. Oh wait, what's when the next episode is like season 8 or something?
Season
right?
9.
Season 9. Okay.
Episode 7.
Okay,
It's called the Spark
predict-
Resonance.
Prediction.
Yeah.
Oh, is this gonna be the one with Leonard Nimoy?
Is it?
It better be.
Is
and
it?
he better play rock paper lizard Spock.
Is it?
Okay. One or more of them are no longer gonna have girlfriends.
Okay.
That's my other prediction.
All right. Interesting.
Or different girlfriends.
Sure.
That counts too.
Okay, that does count.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Do you think any of them's going to expose their penis to to an elementary school?
That's after shooting, you know.
Yeah.
We don't get to see that.
After shooting up the elementary school.
Yeah, not good. Shooting ropes, maybe. Just on the side of a closed building. Nobody's there.
Yeah.
Just like touching the side of it. Like, I know there was kids in here one day.
I know it's spring break. It's okay. I know you'll be back in your children. Yeah, I feel like that's the only responsible way to have pedophilia.
Yeah.
You're jerking off on a building when you know people aren't there.
Yeah. Just you alone with your shame.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the building too.
Yeah, building's there, but
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. You know, the rain and erosion will take the ropes away.
Wash those sins away.
Wash those ropes away.
Yep.
I think that's a great place for us to leave it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Thanks for hanging with us, Voyagers. Be well, travel safe, and don't watch this episode of the Big Bang Theory.
I'm going to go a step further and say don't watch the Big Bang Theory.
Maybe. We have one more episode left for it to prove itself.
Maybe it'll
to
win
you.
us over. Yeah.
Yep. Well, thanks for hanging with us, soy boys, girls, and other worldly beings. Hang dong.
And
Everyone's saying that the blood's the reward. Everyone's saying that the blood's the reward. Everyone's saying the blood's the reward. The blood's the reward. The blood's the reward.